and welcome to the stream. My name is Ross, this is Live, Love, Play, and today it's been a very long time, but we're back in Star Trek Online. The brand new story campaign has just dropped, and it's been a little bit, so let's catch up. This is Skald. Or should I say, this is Skald, a scientist, warrior, and honored member of the Klingon Empire. The Gorn have been fully integrated into the Klingon Empire, and I will fulfill my duty and my responsibility to the Empire. That story is very long, and we do not have time for it tonight. Nor do I have the endurance to keep up this voice for the entire stream, so I shall be going in and out with it throughout the night. I hope you enjoy my suffering. Captain Kumarki. Wish Upon a Star. This is the new campaign. Star Trek Online has been out for quite a while at this point. Well over 10 years. And these are all of the different story campaigns up to this point. For the Klingon Empire, it begins with simply Empire. As it is wont to do, the Empire plots against itself, and it's up to us to return stability and cut out the harmful influences from within. Warzone covers the ongoing struggle with with Starfleet, and further, what the hell is going on with them? Let's move away from the strobe there. And continues the internal struggles within the Empire. Vigilance brings us into more conflict. The Fakiri return is quite an interesting story. The demons of the Klingon Empire's past returns. Hell makes itself manifest, and we have to go absolute doomslayer. And here's where the unified story of the game comes, where there is little flavor here and there between the factions, but the overall experience is the same. Where the Romulan Republic and the remnants of the Romulan Empire are at odds, and within this fight is an extremist by the name of Hakiv, a Reman who sues for the independence of his people, and will use any means necessary to achieve his ends. But there are some who will go to even greater lengths. The Cardassian struggles covers the rise of a faction known as the True Way, with a little bit of Terran Empire Mirror Universe shenanigans mixed in. We've got another Borg incursion with a little bit of Species 8472. We help the Romulan Republic find a new home for itself on New Romulus, or Moirihan. The settlement of Moirihan leads into the discovery of a stable Iconian gateway and a Dyson sphere on the other side. The Dyson sphere leads to further discoveries and contact with the forces of the Delta Quadrant, where we re-engage the Voth, Species 8472, and many of the people that Captain Janeway met on her tear through the Delta Quadrant. The many conflicts of the last few years have come to a head, as it is revealed that things have been manipulated by a greater power. First, Species 8472, or the Undine, and then finally the Iconians themselves, the demons of air and darkness. With the Iconian War at its end, other conflicts begin to be felt, as we are drafted by temporal investigations to find out what is causing major disruptions throughout the timescape. we further dive into the temporal Cold War, which has gone hot. Leaving all the temporal shenanigans behind, we make contact with the Lucari, a species that has just made their first warp jump and come into contact with the Zenkethi, who are trying to genocide a few people. Permission granted, Dayspring. Welcome aboard and welcome back. It's good to see you on the stream again. I am covering a bit of Star Trek Online's story up to this point as we get ready to dive back into the latest bit of story that has just launched for the game. The Gamma Quadrant, the Dominion, makes itself known once again. Awesome. Age of Discovery sees us looking back in time as the past makes itself known in the future once again. The Klingon warlord Ja'ula has been deposited into the future, and her appearance has caused all sorts of chaos, as she has not let the war with the Federation go and seeks its continuance several centuries into the future. Ja'ula's campaign continues up to the point where she has split the Klingon Empire once again into civil war, declaring war against Jimpak and seeking to claim the role of Chancellor for herself. With the Civil War resolved, the Mirror Universe makes itself known again as more echoes of the past are making a return in the present, as the Terran Emperor Wesley Crusher leverages his powers as a traveler to take control of the Mirror Universe V'ger, known as the Other. And finally, we come to Kings and Queens. Assist Admiral Kumarki of the Lucari on a scientific operation to rejuvenate the Nakul star. So, since you missed the introduction, let me reintroduce my captain. This is Skald, an officer of the Klingon Defense Force. Captain. Mecha Frog, welcome aboard. Glad to see you here. I was just introducing my character to the stream once again. Now, I will endeavor to maintain this voice for as long as I can, but it is taxing. And though I'm sure many of you will derive a great deal of pleasure from my suffering, there is only so much one can take in one go. This is actually based on a character that I did for a podcast / audio drama, The Gates of Stovokor. He does. He does have a heat lamp and a reclining rock to sun himself on. All right, let's see what this new story is all about.
The Lucari have been working on a project in the Nakul system. If successful, the damage to the star in that system will be repaired. Admiral Kumarke has requested our assistance. I want you to provide it. She sent specifications for a device called the Stellar Rejuvenator. Have your engineer install it on your ship before you disembark. You will use it as part of the Lucari efforts there. Report to Admiral Kumarke in the Nakul system when you are ready to begin.
Admiral Kumarki. She got a promotion. Well, isn't that nice?
Go. Do what must be done.
Yes, my Chancellor. So, if you guys have watched Discovery, you'll recognize this character. As Kahless was resurrected in Next Generation, as the Klingon Civil War, the latest Klingon Civil War, raged in Star Trek Online, the monks of Boreth saw a need to return a hero that could reunite the Klingon Empire once again, as she had done in ages past. And so we ventured into hell itself to retrieve the soul of Chancellor L'Rell, mother of the Klingon Empire. I think if this is something you guys might be interested, I might go back and play through the entire storyline of Star Trek Online, both for my Klingon character, my Starfleet character, my Romulan character, and Dominion character. You can play all 4 factions now. The Jem'Hadar character is a bit of a hero class. You start much later in the story, but you can play through from the first missions through to the last ones as the other 3. Alright, let's meet Kumarki. Admiral Kumarki. But yeah, Scald's got a whole bunch of lore. I've fleshed him out a lot in Gates of Sto-vo-kor, my old audio drama, and just had so much fun with it. Jem'Hadar can be boring. Oda's done some interesting things in the years since, but if you guys want to see it, I can play through the Jem'Hadar missions too in the future streams. All right, let's begin Wish Upon... before I start, I'm just look at my ship. It's massive. It's huge. I'm in space. You can... Well, what was it? Alt F12. There we go. That is my ship. It is absolutely massive.
Captain's log, 5th reckoning, Chronicle 36. We are about to commence work on a most important operation. An attempt to revitalize the Nakul Star. One of the finest vessels in the Alliance is joining our efforts today. May the wisdom of Lukar guide us to success. Thank you for coming. I trust your engineer has installed a stellar rejuvenator module on your vessel.
They have indeed, Admiral.
Splendid. We'll begin momentarily, though I should warn you, the Nakul are somewhat anxious about this procedure and any complications that might arise.
Complications meaning the utter destruction of their star and their planet. That is an understandable anxiety.
Indeed. But we have earned their trust over the months of research here, and I intend to honor that today.
A trust hard fought, considering how hard I've had to fight against their future selves.
Heading to the primary coordinates now.
And
All
off we go.
hands, prepare to deploy the stellar rejuvenators. It's time to heal a star.
That's pretty awesome. We're going to heal a star, providing nothing goes wrong, which, well, let's face it, something is probably about to go wrong.
I am Representative Katek of the Nakul. Our fleet commander has informed me your vessels have moved to the designated start point for this operation. I assume you are ready to begin?
If I may interrupt. Representative, we are indeed ready to begin the process. With your blessing, of course.
Very well. Our fleet is standing by to assist you if necessary.
Thank you, Representative.
The time has come. Admiral Kumarki, I hereby authorize you and your associates to proceed. May your efforts lead to a new dawn for the Nakul people.
Ready when you are, Admiral. Oh, I have to activate the rejuvenator? Do I have a button for that? I don't see a button for that. I think I need to back up closer to that point over here. Yeah, I'm supposed to be right there. Let's reverse course. This thing is beefy, so it doesn't exactly turn on a dime. I did overshoot it just a little bit. There we go. Let's activate the rejuvenator.
Try adjusting your cohesion beam frequency.
Adjust cohesion beam frequency, whatever that means. Oh, a minigame. There we go.
We're reading several disruptions in the cohesion beam, originating 100,000 kilometers from the star's surface.
We must compensate. Admiral, what do you have in mind?
Stellar activity in the area may be causing the fluctuations. Adjust your course to the following coordinates. Let's see if the situation improves there.
Very well. Thalarian out.
If we tighten formation, our beams may reinforce one another.
Agreed. Move to the following coordinates.
And to the new coordinates we go. Meet up with the Raskava and new not cool ships. It wasn't that long ago they'd made their first warp flight, and now they're major interstellar players. Good for them.
You've reached the new coordinates. Deploy from there. Once you've redeployed, you'll need to adjust the frequency again.
Alright, let's adjust frequency. Shouldn't I have a science officer for this? Uh-oh.
Initiate stellar modulation sequence on my mark. Mark. Modulation initiated. Energy levels are increasing. Reading erratic spikes at the stellar core. Abort! All ships abort now!
Uh-oh. What went wrong, Admiral?
I detected a feedback loop forming. If we hadn't shut down when we did, a stellar flare would have backfired along the cohesion beam. The damage to us and the Nakul would have been catastrophic.
Solar flare being fed back through the beam into my own ship. Yes, that does sound catastrophic. It's an understatement. Receiving a hail from Representative Katek. Brace for impact.
I've received some alarming reports from our fleet. I demand to know what's happening up there.
There was an issue. We stopped it before it became catastrophic.
I suggest you do so quickly and with positive results. Rest assured, if you do not save our star, then you can be certain that our fleet will avenge it.
I have faced your fleet before. I was not impressed.
I've taken a look at our data from the incident, and I believe I've found something.
Very well. What is it?
I've discovered where the cohesion beam started to suffer interference. The coordinates are 0.4 AU from the star.
In stellar reckoning, that is incredibly close. Must we look? I suppose so. Helm, take us in.
All right. I believe it's time to get to the bottom of this before the administrator loses his patience.
Yes. Operations. Is there anything out of the ordinary?
Some of the asteroids nearby are emitting an unusual level of energy. However, their composition is making long-range scans ineffective.
I suppose that means we must get even closer. Very well.
Strange. The asteroid is emitting highly energized particles, like the tail of a comet.
It's marked as an asteroid in the stellar registry. No mention of reactive properties.
So, same asteroid, different behavior. Sounds like we're on the right track.
I have a bad feeling about this. This seems familiar, in
The
fact.
asteroid is emitting energy in a pattern similar to that of the star earlier. Whatever caused that issue may be in effect here as well. We are still unable to conduct a deep scan of the asteroid, however. If we can devise a way to do so, I believe we will find more answers.
Do you have any recommendations?
There is a human expression. You cannot prepare an omelet without cracking a few eggs.
I do not
In this
like that
case,
expression.
asteroids. If we fracture one of them with our weapons, we will expose the core and obtain the deep scan results we seek.
I suppose action is better than inaction. Tactical. Prepare to fire.
I believe we cracked the egg just a bit too hard. There's not much left to study, I'm afraid.
Well, there's no kill like overkill.
Fortunately, there are more targets available. We should try again, although with considerably lower weapon settings.
Must we? My Klingon crew does not like that idea.
The Nakul have tagged the next asteroid for future mining operations.
Under the circumstances, I believe they'll agree that its loss will be acceptable.
I certainly hope so, ma'am. I'd prefer not to incur their wrath today.
Speak for yourselves. I look forward to proving myself against them again. Very well. Weapons on low settings. We seek to crack the asteroid, not destroy it.
Let's scan the debris for reactive particles.
Scanning underway.
That did the trick. Scanning our little cracked egg now. The core is decaying into ionized gases. Quite similar to what is happening to the interior of the Nakul star.
Interesting. What are our next steps?
I'd like to crack another egg and conduct a scan of it before moving on to making the omelet, so to speak. If my hypothesis is correct, the radiation signature present will match, bringing us another step closer to understanding this phenomenon.
I do not like this metaphor, and it is becoming overused.
Remember, we do not want to pulverize our next target.
The Nakul have detected our weapons fire, Admiral. They are understandably curious.
Update them on our activities here, Captain. We've nothing to hide.
Oh yes, they know what I am capable of. Oh, I forgot I had a bunch of cannons at the front of the ship. I've been playing Fed for too long. It's my first time on my Klingon character in quite some time.
Asteroid successfully fractured. Begin your scans now. It's a match.
Very good, Captain. Now, let's compare radiation signatures.
These minigames. This is my least favorite of them. There we go.
As I suspected, all of the asteroids we've studied have matching radiation signatures.
I do not... I am not completing this metaphor. What's next?
Not quite yet. There are some reactive gas clouds nearby. If their radiation pattern matches those present in the asteroid cores, we can triangulate the origin point and locate the source.
Very well. To the gas cloud it is.
Admiral, the Nakul representative is concerned about the destruction of valuable asteroids.
Inform him that the Alliance will compensate the Nakul for their loss, please.
Is that not a bit presumptive?
As
Oh.
you wish, Admiral.
In the sake of
Authority out.
diplomacy, I suppose so. We're closing on the gas cloud now. And here we go with another minigame. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. Ah, wrong way. There we go. Transmit data.
Analysis complete. The wave patterns are a match.
Now we locate the source of this. No, not using the metaphor.
Indeed. I'm transmitting the coordinates to you and Captain Envame. Head there now. Once you've arrived, we can triangulate the location of the anomaly's source.
What? Helm, set course. And proceed. We're all in the same place. How are we triangulating anything?
Compiling sensor data now. Aha! There you are. The multiphasic pulse waves are originating from high orbit around the planet closest to the Nakul star.
Do we have any readings on what is causing this?
Nothing conclusive at this time, I'm afraid. However, if I were to speculate, it's almost like something is tapping against the fabric of space-time.
That is disconcerting, to say the least. We must investigate further. Tapping into the fabric of space-time.
We're
That's...
approaching the coordinates now. I trust you've spotted our uninvited guests.
Oh dear. Affirmative. We are reading multiple Tholian ships on sensors.
One thing is certain. We have a limited amount of time to determine what they are doing here before the Nakul detect them. Considering their turbulent history, I doubt the Tholians will receive a cordial greeting from Representative Kartek or his forces.
They are unlikely to receive a cordial greeting from me either. Still, we will approach this cautiously.
This is peculiar. The Tholians are known for their aggression in response to alien forces, and yet they haven't scanned us or gone to battle readiness. It's as if they are ignoring us.
Strange. Perhaps we may be able to talk with them after all. Open a channel.
Attention, Tholian forces. I am Admiral Kumarke of the LSS Raskava. You have violated Nakul space and are disrupting a critical procedure here. I'm instructing you to cease all activities and explain your presence in this system immediately.
Very assertive, Admiral. Well done.
The border violation is inconsequential. Our work takes priority. We will continue. Do not interfere. Your continued presence is unnecessary.
The work you are doing is causing damage to the Nakul star, placing them at risk.
The loss of this star is acceptable to us. Further discussion is irrelevant. Leave now or you will be fired upon.
Irrelevant to you, consequential in the extreme to the Nakul. We must discuss this further.
Tholian vessels are going to battle stations. They're moving into attack formation.
A fight it is, then. My crew rejoices.
Battle stations. Tactical. Aim to disable, not destroy.
Must we?
I'm not sure they'll reciprocate that courtesy, Admiral.